Hello guys, today in this tutorial I will basically show you how to use the fetch API inside our Node.js application using a package called as Node Fetch. So fetch API, as you all know guys, fetch API is used to actually carry out the HTTP GET request, POST request in the browser. You can even use it inside our npm Node.js application as well. There is a special package which is available in Node Package Manager. If you go to it and search for this package, which is node-fetch, this is the package lightweight module that brings the fetch API to Node.js. So if you want to use it inside the Node.js backend server guys, so specifically this library is available, Node Fetch. So we will use this library to actually download an image file from the URL. You can see it's very popular library, 22 million weekly downloads are there. This is a simple command, npm I node fetch. Just need to install this. So inside my Node.js project, npm I node fetch. So this is the actual command which is required to actually install this library. Once the library is installed, you can use this library. So we have this Pexels website here. You can copy image address. Let's suppose I want to download this image programmatically. So what I can say is that copy image address. So this is basically the code that I've written. So we will write this code step by step. So just paste it and let me change the image name to apple.jpg. So now if I run this script guys, in the left hand side, if you will see, so it is saying that must use import to load ES module. Require of ES modules is not supported. So this error will come guys if you see. Basically inside node fetch you cannot use require, so this error will come here, must use import to load ES module. So now to use the import statement inside our Node.js, you need to go to package.json and just change your add a property called as type property, and type is equal to module. So if you add this property inside the package.json file, now you can use the import statement inside your application. So instead of require, we can simply use the import statement. So it will look something like this: import fetch from node fetch. We will also need the import the path module as well, and the file system module as well. So now if I run this, basically okay, you can see that guys, as I'm just scrolling the documentation, if you still want to use the node fetch as this one, you can simply write like this. Just copy this line from the documentation. If you see right here, if you want to use it in the required statement, if you don't want to use import statement, just delete this line from here, and also just paste this line from the documentation. So this will basically convert your import to require. So now if you run this application, the application will work. So you can see image downloaded successfully. So our apple.jpg image, you can see it has been successfully downloaded. So one thing is there, you just need to copy this line from the documentation, so it will allow you to import the node fetch library without having to change it to import statements. You can still have this written inside common JS code. So let's start building this application from scratch. So once you import this node fetch library, just paste this line from the documentation, this line, copy this line and paste it. So once you do this, you just need to require two more modules, which are built-in modules, file system and path module. So these modules are not to be installed, so these are built-in modules. And now we will basically define a function download image. This will be a async function which will actually take a URL and the destination. And inside this function we will actually write our code inside try catch block, so that if any sort of error take place, we can simply console log the error. So this, we need to define the URL and also the destination path, so where you will basically store your image locally. So when you call this, we will pass these two things, URL and destination path. URL basically will be the actual image file that you are downloading. So just go to Unsplash or Pexels, just copy the image address, whichever image files you are downloading. You can download anything, just you need the URL and then the destination path. So destination path will be, we need to store it in the same directory. So we will use the path module, path.join, and the current directory, which is .name, and then let's suppose now orange.jpg. So after this, now we will basically, now to use this, it's very easy. It's similar to how you use the fetch API in the browser. You will basically make as this is a async function, we will use await, and we will call the fetch like this, fetch URL, that's all. So whatever you call this variable, you need to call this like this. So fetch URL. So it will actually download the file, and now to check if the response has a OK property. So if the response doesn't contain this OK property, in that case we haven't downloaded the image. So we can throw a error to the user that failed to download the image. So if the image has been successfully downloaded, then we just need to convert the image to buffer and store it. So for that we just need to await and convert the response to buffer. So in this we can do this response.buffer, and then after doing this we can store this file locally by using file system module, write file synchronize to the destination, and we can pass the buffer, that's all. And then we can basically show a message on the screen that your image is downloaded successfully. So if I now run this application, a new file will be created, orange.jpg. Just check. So orange.jpg has been created, if you see, and this is your actual file. So in this way, guys, you can use the fetch API inside your Node.js application using the required syntax. If you don't want to use import syntax, just copy paste this line from the documentation, and this will allow you to use in CommonJS. And this is the code right here to download image from URL using the node fetch module in Node.js. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.